we move on tonight, we are starting the award show with our first recipient.
Thank you, Hindus of Greater Houston, for giving me this opportunity to come out here and share my story. It's been a great pleasure and honor to be a part of this event. Some of us come across some people who inspire us and motivate us, and it completely changes the way we think. I've come across many such people being a part of Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh since about 16 years ago, and it's been an amazing experience. Who knew that, playing simple games like kabaddi with 12 other girls and singing Dharti Ki Shaan and saying Vishwa Dharma Ki Jai would instill so many sanskars in me. And every other Indian parent, my parents always emphasized on education. You have to do really good in education. But along with that, they always told me that it's always important to be a part of the community, to do something for the community and make a difference in someone's life. And carrying those values, I've come across all the way, and I've been doing everything that I've been doing. It's been great. And I would like to tell all the youths out there to go out and do something for the community. It's even a little bit of your time is a lot for the community. The society is like the human body, right? For it to function well, every organ needs to be working properly, and no matter how big or small it is. And that is exactly how each of us are. So please go out and give your time for the community. Thank you.
We'll be receiving our next Youth Award of the night. Anisha has a wonderful fan club here. Anish is very active in the HSA organization at Texas A&M University. Anisha's contributions focus on the design and the technical projects, including the HSA National Marketing Video. His extensive knowledge and work in flyer design and videography have attracted many youths to numerous HSA events held throughout the year on campuses. Presenting this award to Anish is Mr. Padmakant Kambati, Mr. Kambati is the president of Sanatan Hindu Center and host of Voice of Sanatan on 1090 AM every Sunday morning, 9 AM to noon.
Namaste and good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here and receiving this award from Hindus of Greater Houston. As introduced, I'm Anish Patel. I go to Texas A&M University and I'm studying electrical engineering. At A&M, I'm involved in Hindu Student Association, also known as HSA. Back here at home in Houston, I'm all involved in the BAPSU Summit on Mandir, which is located right here in Stafford, Texas. There I provide a seva in the audiovisual department. Now, some of you may be wondering what HSA is. HSA is a nationwide young adult-driven organization which aspires not only to improve the level of Hindu representation at colleges, universities, corporations, through organizational activities, but also cultivate and foster cross-cultural dialogue and interaction on issues pertaining to Hinduism nationwide. During the school year, HSA branches across the nation put on numerous events such as Navratri, Diwali, and Holi, which are organized and executed by college students like myself. You may think it may be amazing if 1,000 people came to these events, but at HSA, we are always trying to do things bigger and better. At one of the biggest branches, which is at UT Austin, University of Texas in Austin, they attract over 2,000 people to their events. Now, we're not talking about 2,000 people that are just college students of Hindu or Indian descent. We're talking about 2,000 students of all races, cultures, and backgrounds. This diversity is a testament to the work of the young Hindu leaders of HSA and how they have spread Hindu awareness at their respective campuses. I'd like to thank Hindus of Greater Houston and all the supporting community who have given their time and effort for our young generation to become more educated and more involved in the Hindu faith. I'd also like to thank HSA's National Board, some of which who are here in attendance today, President Varun Mehta and Chief Financial Officer Ramya Ravi. They put in an undescribable amount of their time to help in their effort to build HSA from the ground up to further educate our young generation about what Hinduism is, how we can apply it to our lives, and how we can ensure that what has been taught to us by parents is not lost. Thank you.
Before we give our next award, I would like to call on Mr. Vijay Palod to share a few words. Mr. Palod is an active member with HGH for over 20 years. He is also active with the youth, helps with the media work for many organizations, and has been very, very helpful with me to put this program on as a host. So I introduce Mr. Vijay Pallod.
One thing I want to encourage all our youth here to start donating at an early age. When I was in college, I used to donate small amounts like $5, $10, $11. And then I started donating more and more. More I donated, more I made. I'll share a story. A good friend of mine, Partha Krishna Swami, just shared with me that his son got a job recently. And then he sent me an email that since he got a job, he would like to donate $200 for Hindus of Greater Houston. Then my son recently got a job at intern at GE. I said, I went to him and look, a friend of mine is doing that, his son is doing, so how about you? Is that Bharat here somewhere? So he said that I will also do a good contribution for Hindus of Greater Houston.
Yeah.
So,
his 200 and your 200 put together is 400, that's what you got to give.
He was planning 500, what are you doing?
so my goal here is all the youth, just contribute small amounts, doesn't matter how small it is, $5, $11, and that is my speech, I think. And just want to share something about the media work, because lately I'm deeply involved with the Swami Ramdevji's media work. I'm the national coordinator to do the media work. So this morning my daughter showed me something interesting. The headline story in Voice of Asia says Swami Ramdev threatens to form militia. But before that, Kavita, my daughter, showing one of her friends my picture in the paper. So here's the paper, my picture. Then the next thing, her friend asked me, oh my God, your father is part of militia now? I'm trying very hard to change my image. I'm not a militant Hindu, by the way. But some reason the media keeps trying to present my name as I'm a militant Hindu, by the way. Thank you.
And our next recipient of the evening is Gaura Klein. And Gaura Klein was one of the first ISKCON youth to attend the Pandevi Sena youth camp. And he has been raised in and around the Houston ISKCON temple. And as a child, Gaura attended the Hare Krishna Sunday School and has performed kirtan with them at the public Janmashtami celebration at George R. Brown Convention Center. And Gaura is our next Youth Award recipient of the evening.
Hi everybody, how are you guys doing? I totally didn't plan out my speech, but they told us to talk about 3 things. And so the first thing is my parents. And I gotta give it up to my parents. They actually gave me the freedom to choose to do whatever I wanted to do religious-wise, which is nice. Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but parents kind of, well anyways. Not talking down on the parents here. But yeah, so my parents, they raised me like around the ISKCON temple. I don't know if y'all have been. And I've been going there every day of my life for a long time. And I just really wanted to thank them for letting me choose my own path. And I guess it's kind of been an alright one, if you guys think it is. So anyways, and the other thing is ISKCON. ISKCON has been around my whole life as well. And it's been a mixed road. Like, you know how it is with just growing up in general, you switch around on everything. So, I went through phases where I hated going to the temple, and then I liked to go to the temple. And now I absolutely love it. And I guess I got the award because I bring my friends to it. Not exactly sure on that one, but thanks anyways for the award. And third off, they said you could talk about whatever you wanted. So I wrote a song, actually. I went to Vrindavan. Do you guys know where Vrindavan is? Everybody? You know, like, it's Krishna's birthplace. Everybody knows who Krishna is? Cool, just checking. So, yeah, so I went to Vrindavan this December, and it really kind of changed the way I felt about a lot of things. And so I ended up writing a song about it. And so I'm going to do it for you guys.
Check, check.
Walk with me through the destined trees. I'll show you something you need to see. A blue boy sitting playing flute in the tree. Pretty girls crying tears of ecstasy. Welcome home to Shreveport. Welcome home to Shreveport. Monkey Street, Peacock's Walk. Cowboy boys, they play and talk. Headed home to eat some sweet and sleep. The cows then hit the sheets. Sleep safe, you're in Shreveport. When I leave my body behind, I only want one thing on my mind. That blue boy staring down at me, hand outreach says waiting for me. I pray I pass away in Shreveport. Said I pray I pass away in Shreveport.
Our next presenter, I will be inviting the presenter first to the stage. Dr. Sushma Mahajan will be presenting this award to Tejas, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ms. Mahajan is a board member of the Interfaith Ministry and is associated with the Arya Samaj of Houston and is very active in many organizations.
अन्याश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. Respected Swamiji, community leaders, venerable elders, and my peers, Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna. Let me begin by saying that I am blessed and grateful to be here with you tonight. I would like to thank the leadership of the Hindus of Greater Houston for arranging this wonderful program, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude on being selected for this award. I would like to point out that we are not here today to celebrate the individual accomplishments of 11 people, but we are here today to celebrate the collective accomplishments of our community. The 11 youth members that are here today primarily because of the values of Sanatana Dharma instilled in us by our parents. And beyond that, we are here today because of the Hindu community that has helped to sustain and grow these values. The community provided us with heritage classes and programs such as Janmashtami, which gave us the opportunity to serve and to find our identity as Hindu youth, and the responsibilities that come with that identity. Further, it is through unique programs such as Janmashtami, which has been running for the past 20 years, and this program that the entire Hindu community is brought together under one roof in unity. It really makes the Hindi saying, Anekata mein ekata, Hindu ki visheshta, or unity and diversity is the unique characteristic of a Hindu. This type of unity is necessary to ward off the onslaught of criticism and misrepresentation of Hinduism in society today. Most of the members of the Hindu community in generations prior to us emigrated from India, leaving behind the birthplace of our culture. But they were determined to see that a rich culture was sustained. It is only through their resolve and their vision that we are standing here today as the torchbearers of this great tradition. It is in this way that we are celebrating the success of our community as a whole. We are celebrating the fact that we have a new generation that has demonstrated that it is able to take control of the Hindu organizations and move it into the future. We are celebrating the fact that our Sanatana Dharma will see an even brighter tomorrow. But as we transition to tomorrow, we must still remember and appreciate the events in the past that have made today possible. We must appreciate those that built the foundation of our community. And for those harbingers of Sanatana Dharma here, we are very grateful. But being grateful is not enough. It is not enough to simply say thanks and move on. It is our responsibility to give back to this community that has given us so much. The Bhagavad Gita instructs us, Nityam Kuru Karmatvam, perform your prescribed duty. And for us, the youth and the future of this community, this prescribed duty is to return to this community at least what it has given us, and to ensure that the vision of the generation before us does not end with us. For me, the service has taken a variety of forms. After realizing the value of the knowledge I had gained through my heritage classes, I became the youth coordinator of the annual Meenakshi Temple Youth Camp, and I volunteered my time there as a teacher. In addition to this and more, I am leading a project with the Coalition of Hindu Youth to battle obesity through yoga, something that our culture has been practicing for millennia. And at the same time, various other organizations, many of which you have heard from and many of which you will hear from tonight, are addressing the needs of the Hindu community in different ways. All of us, working in Concord, wish to send a clear message to you, the current leaders of our community, and a clear message to the future, that we are ready. We are ready to take the reins and leadership of Hindu mandirs and organizations and modify them to meet our future needs. We are ready. We are ready to take on the responsibilities of carrying our tradition into the future. And we are ready to ensure that our Sanatana Dharma continues to be passed on to each future generation. Today, I would like to urge all of you, and especially the youth, to give something back to this community. I would like to remind you that giving back does not have to be groundbreaking or life-changing. In fact, Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Whatever you do will be insignificant, but it is very important that you do it." We have all benefited from this community, and so we are all obliged to give something back to it. And I encourage all the parents here to generously support organizations such as the Hindus of Greater Houston, because they serve as a forum through which Hindu youth can grow and serve. In closing, I would like to leave you with another teaching from the Bhagavad Gita. Yagnarthat karmano yatra loko yam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Work done as sacrifice to Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage to this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for the Lord's satisfaction, and in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. My dear friends, do not work simply for certification or recognition of any type, but work only for satisfaction. Satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Thank you.
Yeah, it is indeed a great kind of a pleasure, as well as we chose Tejas Dave as a special awardee. We have 11 youth awards instituted, and we wanted one child to represent the Hindus of Greater Houston. The vision being that we all get together as one Hindu community. And Tejas had represented himself at the HMEC conference, which is the Hindu Mandir Executive Conference, and he has taken a lot of active part both at Janmashtami festival that Hindus of Greater Houston do, as well as we feel that his spirit was so energetic, vibrant, that he could communicate with the other kids very well. That's exactly what I said, and everybody unanimously voted that he should be the awardee for the Hindus of Greater Houston. And I really want to congratulate his parents, who has given him all the right direction right from the beginning. Both he and his brother Shivam Dave and Tejas Dave are lamps that have lit the youth to do what our vision is at the Hindus of Greater Houston.
I know you all are very proud of them. I am too, that these kids, these young adults, have not only excelled in their studies, in their academics, but also have excelled in helping the Hindu community and taking it at higher levels. I represent Interfaith Ministry, the Hindus in Interfaith Ministry. I was approached by a colleague of mine who said that we do not have any Hindu representation in the interfaith, which to me it was very surprising. So I took upon myself to go on the interfaith ministry and under the flag of Hindus of Greater Houston. If you people are not aware of, let me tell you what interfaith ministry stands for. It brings the different faith groups together to dialogue, to work together, and to understand and respect each other. Interfaith ministry, what it does is it has 4 basic services. One is the Meals on Wheels. This is for the senior citizens who are homebound. They provide 4,800 meals per day to these individuals. The second one is for refugee settlement. All the refugees coming from different countries like Iraq, Burma, Bhutan, those who are persecuted in their own countries are settled here, and interfaith ministry helps with that. The third one is preparedness for disaster and response. So that's where, when we have hurricanes or flooding and all that, if any community is affected, they help with that. The fourth one, of course, is interfaith dialogue, which to understand each other, where they're coming from, what their faiths are, what their values are, and find the common thread in that. This is very important because we Hindus have not participated and we need to participate. We know that Hinduism is misrepresented, given all kind of different values, which is not true. So unless we interact with these people with the different faiths and explain to them what we stand for, what our values are, what our culture is, what our heritage is, they will not know. So only way is to interact with them, dialogue with them, explain to them what the rituals mean and what they stand for. I'll tell you one very interesting experience I had. Last year we had interfaith dialogue dinner, which happens every year in November, first week of November, and where different families have 5 couples from different faiths come to one place, different houses, and they share with each other. And we had gone to a Protestant family where there were also other faiths like Muslims and Christians and Jews were there. When we talked about the values, what we stand, what we believe in, everybody was surprised. Oh, the Hinduism stands for all these, this is our values. I said, yeah, there's no difference. It's just that we pray differently. So unless we dialogue with them, interact with them, they will not know. And all the misunderstanding which happens about the Hindu religion will not be removed. So please be proactive and interact with them, help with them, volunteer with them. Then only they will understand you and develop some kind of friendship and bond with them. That's the only way we can make a compassionate Houston.
Thank you very much for those kind words, and I also want to give a special thank you to Tejas, who is very busy today, and he came by and he got some permission to come by, and it was a very powerful speech. We're glad you came by. We really are. Our next recipient of the evening is Disha Roy. She is in her 2nd year at the South Texas College of Law, and she's studying to become a corporate attorney. Disha is very active in the Bangladesh community and is always looking to help others. Disha is the president of the South Asian Law Student Association, and with her position, she aspires to bring the Bangladeshi and Indian culture together at her school. And Mr. Swatantra Jain is a philanthropist and successful businessman, and the president of Pratham Houston, and chairman of the Preksha Meditation Center. Mr. Jain will be presenting this award to Disha.
How's everyone doing? I hope well. I want to thank Hindus of Greater Houston for bringing me here tonight, and I really appreciate the award that I received, and I'm very grateful, and it's been an honor. I would like to start off in my speech by thanking my parents, my mom who's here, and my sister who's here. My dad couldn't be here today. He's the president of the Bangladesh Association, so he's also a very busy man. But without them, I wouldn't be here.